This is the QTV Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM, and I am Jul Denjai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. Today, Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow presided over the graduation ceremony of more than 400 students of the second cohort at Crab Island TVET Center in Banjul. The National Cancer Control Program on Tuesday joined the rest of the world to commemorate World Cancer Day 2026 under the theme United by Unique. Gambia's Minister of Tourism and Culture, Abdoulaye Diop, has earned international recognition after being awarded the Best Minister Award at the World Government Summit 2026 in Dubai. Mohamed Jah, chairman of Q Group, announced an increase in the group's annual donation to the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council, raising it from $1 million to $1.5 million. The West Africa Coastal Areas Resilience Investment Project under the Ministry of Environment has handed over high-precision drones to the Ministry of Lands to enhance urban planning and environmental monitoring. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is the QTV Nightly News. Now, Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow on Wednesday presided over the graduation ceremony of the second cohort at Crab Island TVET Center in Banjul, which also marked the official inauguration of a new training complex. Ansumana Esonyasi attended the event, and this is his report.
Numbering 402 trainees and students, the graduates represent a significant milestone for both the Crab Island TVET Center and the country at large. Once a cradle of formal training that produced thousands of Gambians, Crab Island was abandoned and was eventually closed in 2012. However, through the intervention of the former National Assembly member for Banjul North, Usman Silla, and the government and other partners, the institution has been revived. The school, which the current head of state, President Adama Barrow, once attended with many other prominent figures, is once again standing tall, providing technical and vocational skills to young Gambians, particularly out-of-school and unemployed youth. Training programs include engineering, auto mechanics, welding, satellite installation, hairdressing, and other highly sought-after skills. Addressing the graduates, Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow and guest speaker Mohamed Jah, chairman of the Q Group and son of the late Imam Mas Jah, the school's first Islamic teacher, congratulated the second cohort while emphasizing the importance of vocational training.
Today's ceremony affirms that investment in skills is investing in the future of the Gambia. Let us continue to strengthen partnerships, expand opportunities, and empower our youth with competencies and respond to national and global demands. I commend the management, instructors, and staff of Crab Island TVET Foundation for their dedication and professionalism.
The school closed. Not for lack of relevance, but for lack of care. Yet history, like talent, never truly disappears. In the 2020s, Crab Island was reborn, not as a relic of the past, but as an engine of the future, reimagined as a technical and vocational training center. The real needs of our country and our economy, and the real aspiration of our youths.
The Crab Island TVET Center pioneer Usman Silla and the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Louis Moses Mendy, highlighted the center's interventions and the role trained youth can play in advancing national development. They also thanked the MRC Holland Foundation and the Q Group for their support.
It involves two aspects, the training element and the engagement element, that is work or providing service or producing. For us, we can only offer training, but now with our production unit, we are going to extend it. Some of our trainees would be placed on the attachment here, and then after that, we are going to employ them.
you'll realize that we have a well-educated and placed highly people at the very top. But what is happening at the middle level is where we have challenges. And that's why most of those works that are done at the middle level are often done by non-Gambians. And we thought there is need for all of us, especially as an education sector, to begin to address those gaps that we have.
The event also featured several other speakers, including the director of the center, Matar John, and a graduating student, Binta Koli, who expressed delight at witnessing the occasion, marking the culmination of 12 months of learning and perseverance. Several individuals, including Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallo and Q Group Chairman Mohamed Jah, were presented with awards in recognition of their support to the Crab Island TVET Center. As a further show of support to vocational training, the Q Group Chairman Mohamed Jah announced a donation to the center.
So this is just a token appreciation of your efforts, 300,000 to the school. Thank you very much. Thank you.
At the close of the ceremony, Vice President Jallo officially inaugurated the new complex, leading guests on a tour and the unveiling of classrooms named after prominent individuals in recognition of their contributions to advancing vocational training in the Gambia. Antoine Soynyase for KTV News.
Congratulations to the new graduates. Now, the Ministry of Health, through the National Cancer Control Program, NCCP, on Tuesday, commemorate World Cancer Day 2026 under the theme United by Unique. This report by Babakar Sise is narrated by Usman Jata.
The Gambia on 4th February marked World Cancer Day 2026 alongside the global community, drawing attention to the growing burden of cancer and the urgent need for prevention, early detection and timely treatment. The annual commemoration is observed this year under the theme United by Unique, which places people and their life experiences at the center of cancer care. Globally, cancer remains one of the leading causes of death, with nearly 20 million new cases and close to 10 million deaths recorded in 2022. Africa continues to face a significant challenge, accounting for about 1.18 million new cases and 763,000 deaths, figures projected to rise sharply by 2030 without urgent action. In the Gambia, cancer cases are increasing, likely due to late presentation and limited access to early detection and treatment. In 2022 alone, an estimated 1,196 new cases and 899 deaths were recorded, with cervical cancer, liver, breast, lung and prostate cancers being the most common. Despite these challenges, the NCCP has recorded notable progress over the past year, including nationwide training for midwives in cervical cancer screening, expanded breast and cervical cancer screening during Pink October, the launch of the 10K SA Health Initiative, and steps to strengthen oncology and diagnostic capacity. As the country marks World Cancer Day, the Ministry of Health urges all Gambians to prioritize prevention, get screened regularly, seek care early, and support those living with cancer, stressing that early action saves lives. Osman Chata, QTV News.
Now, the Gambia's Minister of Tourism and Culture, Abdoulaye Diop, has earned international recognition after being awarded the Best Minister Award at the World Government Summit 2026 in Dubai. Ya Fatougué examines the significance of this prestigious honor for the Gambia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Best Minister in the World Award 2026 World Government Summit is His Excellency Abdoulaye Diop, Minister of Tourism and Culture, Republic of the Gambia.
Tourism Minister Abdoulaye Diop was presented with the prestigious award by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and the ruler of Dubai, during a high-level ceremony attended by senior UAE leaders and government officials. Now in its 9th edition, the award recognizes Minister Diop's impactful leadership and innovative reforms that have strengthened the Gambia's tourism and culture sectors. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum emphasized that the Best Minister Award goes beyond individual recognition, describing it as a celebration of government efficiency and leadership that positively shapes communities and improves quality of life. He congratulated Minister Job and wished the Gambia continued progress and prosperity. Minister Job was nominated for spearheading transformative innovatives, notably the Tourism Diversification and Resilience Enhancement Project. The initiative promotes inclusive growth by supporting micro, small and medium-sized enterprises in the tourism sector. Through the Yokkute Accelerator program, local entrepreneurs have received business development support and joint funding grants to strengthen their ventures. The project also prioritizes ecotourism, riverfront development and domestic tourism, reducing over-reliance on coastal tourism while enhancing climate resilience. A systematic assessment led to prioritization of climate-resilient tourism centers across the country. In addition, the minister has advanced digital transformation and evidence-based planning in tourism governance. By strengthening tourism statistics and introducing improved data systems, the innovative has enhanced transparency, service delivery and data-driven decision-making. Organized by the World Government Summit in partnership with PricewaterhouseCoopers, the Best Minister Award recognizes outstanding public sector leadership that drives sustainable socio-economic development and inspires innovation globally. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yafatu Gay.
Congratulations to Minister Job for earning that prestigious award. Now we will go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more national news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Eating well means choosing the right types of fats and oils. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations FAO and the Ministry of Health have developed guidelines to help you make healthier choices. Use fats and oils in moderation. Limit your intake to no more than 2.5 servings per day. One serving is just a tablespoon of oil. Choose liquid oils like groundnut and soybean oil, and reduce your use of solid fats like butter and palm oil. Prioritize healthier cooking methods like boiling, grilling, and steaming. This helps prevent obesity and reduces the risk of non-communicable diseases. Make informed choices about fats and oils for a healthier lifestyle. Let us build a healthier Gambia together. Choose wisely. Follow the food-based dietary guidelines for a healthier you.
wet gu yaram mu ngi doore ci ni ñuy jëfee ñam yu wóor buntu liggéeykaay United Nations seen banqaas bi dox ci tëddali ni dund ak mbayteef di Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations dal di jàppale ante ak ministre bi saytu wàlli wet gu yaram gi ñu ngi leen ay fàttalil ni waxtu wu nekk rek ne ñu ànd ak cet ci jamono boo xamee nii ñu ngi tii ak di defar ñam waxtu wu ne rek raxasal sa loxo bem set ak saabu ak ndox mu set balaa ak gannaaw boo xamee nii yaa ngi amee ñam gannaaw bu jëfee wanag yi ak balaa ñuy leyal xale ñu gis ne tamit waxtu wu nekk rek dëpp nañu suñu ñam ci waxtu woo xamee ni nii nekkuñ di ko lekk te tamit ñu saxal nag cet ak yaram raxasal say jumtuwaay toggeekaay balaa ak gannaaw boo xamee ni jëfoo nga ko ngir rek mën ci muslu ci doomi jàngoro yi ci wàllu si ne ñu yéwénal lu jëm ci wàlli ñam yu wóor te jëfoo it tànn yi tamit lu jëm ci wàlli wér-gu-yaram ñu ànd jëfoo ko sarta yi nga xam ne ni moom lañ teg ci suñ ñami tànneef yi.
Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is QTV News, and now to the rest of our stories. The chairman of the Q Group, Mohamed Jah, announced an increase in the group's annual donation to the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council, raising it from $1 million to $1.5 million. The announcement came during the launch of the 2026 Q Ramadan initiative held at Q City in Bijilo. Usman Jata reports.
Wallahu bima ta'maluna ali.
Supreme Islamic Council is the supreme body overseeing all Islamic religious affairs in this country. And they are the body who take care of our welfare in the country. So a few years ago, we made a pledge that we will be subventing their budget by $1 million. And I was informed that their activities have increased. And for that reason we decided today to increase the budget from 1 million to 1.5 million to be able to help them, take care of their needs. Anybody who says Q Cell or the Q Group, it's senior boss. We believe that we are Gambians, and we believe that we are the only ones who can build our country.
That was Q Group Chairman Mohamed Jah announcing an increase in support for the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council. As part of its corporate social responsibility, the Q Group had pledged this significant amount to support the expansion of GSIC social and religious programs. Beyond its religious role, the Council plays a vital social function, organizing food drives, offering counseling services, and running youth and women's empowerment programs that support vulnerable families and promote national cohesion. The president of the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council, Sheikh Isa Forte Dabo, called the gesture exemplary and urged other institutions to emulate it.
We thank Almighty Allah and we thank you for standing by the Council. This is more than a partnership. It is an example. What you are doing for the Council is rare, and we urge the public to emulate this gesture.
The Q Group chairman also reaffirmed QCell's commitment to improving network quality, highlighting ongoing investments in new technologies and artificial intelligence to meet the country's growing digital needs.
We will continue to build our networks. We will for the network to be as good as possible. The quality should be the highest. We are just from China, and the reason why we went is to look at technology. What are the new technologies, in the world? AI is the talk of town now everywhere in developed countries, and we don't want to be, behind. So we are always seeking to bring new technology to the country. We were the first to bring 3G, the first to bring 4G, and the first to bring 5G. And any new technology coming, we'll endeavor to bring it to the Gambians.
Founded in 1992, the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council, GSIC, is the country's highest Islamic authority, serving as a vital link between the Muslim community and the state. The council provides religious guidance, declares Islamic holidays, issues rulings on contemporary issues, and oversees mosques nationwide. The key group's increased support for the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council underscores the power of partnerships, inspiring others while reinforcing the foundation's commitment to promoting Islam, education, healthcare, community development, national cohesion, and other initiatives. Osman Jata, QTV News.
Laudable initiative there. Now the West Africa Coastal Areas Resilience Investment Project under the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Natural Resources today handed over high-precision drones to the Ministry of Lands, aiming to strengthen urban planning, environmental monitoring and sustainable development efforts along the Kotu stream. Mam Nabuka tells us more.
A primary focus of this intervention is the Kotu stream, housing over 200,000 residents and currently facing significant pressure from illegal encroachment and construction, which undermines its natural ability to manage flood waters. While the Ministry of Lands has issued stop notices to halt development near the channel, manual enforcement has historically been a slow and difficult process. Funded by the World Bank, This initiative also aims to provide the Ministry of Lands with the high-precision tools necessary to monitor urban growth and protect critical environmental corridors in the Gambia. The new drones provide centimeter-level accuracy and can generate 3D models and real-time aerial maps. This spatial intelligence will enable authorities to quickly detect unauthorized construction, verify permit compliance, and conduct site assessments for drainage and infrastructure planning, reducing reliance on time-consuming ground surveys. Here is Dr. Mohamed Lamin Sanyang, WACA's project coordinator.
On a weekly basis, we go on monitoring and also issuing stop notice. During that process, we found the need that we have to leverage on technology. There's no need to be foot soldiers going underground, and the stream is really very long, and some areas are really not accessible. So that is what led to the procurement of these 2 drones, and these are advanced drones, and they can help in many ways.
Minister of Lands Hamad Nkeba expressed optimism, noting that the new drones will transform the ministry's operations and enhance efficiency.
The fact that the encouragement into the stream is costing us extra money, I think it's important to have this equipment, this drone, to be able to manage, to be able to give us information on time, so that before they go on even putting up a structure, we can intervene as quickly as possible, which is very important. So the usefulness of this drone cannot be overemphasized.
The Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Natural Resources, Rohi John Manjang, provided key guidance on the sustainable management and effective use of the newly acquired drone technology.
The materials here in front of us are very expensive. They are highly sophisticated, but they are not beyond the capacity of our men and women who are going to use them. Let's make the best use of it, not only to collect data, but to enhance our enforcement, which we have been always crying that we have very good laws, that if we are able to use them adequately, we should be able to mitigate the challenge that we have with respect to the key-to-key social issues, and in this case, encroachment. Most people do not want to listen. So, but then let's do our part, our quota. Those that refuse to be receptive to the laws, then we will allow the law also to take its course on them. But we can only do that when we have the right information, we have the right data to also back our justification in dealing them when it comes to the legalities.
This technical support forms part of WACA's broader $45 million mandate, which includes implementing nature-based solutions and restoring nearly 1,900 hectares of land to safeguard both the environment and the livelihoods of Gambian communities. Mamna Buka, reporting for QTV News.
Now, the Gambia Press Union, in partnership with International IDEA and with support from the EU, launched 3 pivotal documents and held a 2-day capacity building program for journalists aimed at strengthening ethical reporting and professional standards in the media sector. Jacqueline Coley has the details.
The program focused on ethical reporting, the code of conduct, and the role of the Media Council of the Gambia. It also saw the official launch of 3 key media policy documents developed by the Gambia Press Union in collaboration with International IDEA. The documents are intended to enhance ethical standards, improve accountability mechanisms, and promote safety within media workplaces. The documents launched are the Cherno Jallo Charter of Ethics for Journalists and Media Operators 2025, the Towards Effective Complaints Mechanism Media Monitoring Guide for Ethical Violations 2025, and the Workplace Sexual Harassment Policy for Media Institutions 2026. Aissatou Keita is the president of the Gambia Press Union.
I call on media professionals to embrace them not as obligations, but as shared tools to strengthen our profession, protect our colleagues, and also serve the public interest with integrity. Together, I believe that we can build a media landscape that is ethical, inclusive, safe, and trusted one that actually reflects the values and aspirations of our society.
The head of International IDEA's country office, Jenna Bafai, highlighted what has been built by the EU-funded collaboration with the GPU.
In an age where information flows faster than ever and the threat to media integrity looms large, our collaboration has produced tools that are not just documents, but blueprints for a more ethical, accountable, and inclusive future. Today, we proudly unveil 3 key policy documents, each crafted to tackle specific hurdles in journalistic practice.
The European Union Ambassador to the Gambia, Immaculada Roca E. Cortez, emphasized the need for the documents to be implemented and why they should become as fundamental as the alphabet for journalists to use every day.
These documents respond to a real and pressing needs within the media sector and reflect the strong commitment on professionalism, accountability, dignity, and integrity on behalf of the journalists in this country.
Here is Kodu El Jabang Senghor, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services.
The issue of sexual harassment, complaints by the public, are taboos which newsrooms may want to hide. Of course, when it happens in other sectors, the press is most eager to report it. Now that the union has taken it upon itself to ensure that newsrooms and media houses are safe working space for all journalists, especially females, is indeed a step in the right direction.
The 3 policy documents mark a significant milestone for the Gambia's media sector as they will strengthen ethical standards, accountability, and workplace safety. They will also guide journalists to report responsibly, address ethical violations through effective self-regulation, and promote safe and inclusive working environments. Together, the policies aim to build a more professional, credible, and trusted media landscape. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jacqueline Collie.
Well, the report by Jacqueline Collie brings us to the end of this news bulletin. But before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. Today, Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow presided over the graduation ceremony of more than 400 students of the second Crab Island TVET Center in Banjul. The National Cancer Control Program on Tuesday joined the rest of the world to commemorate World Cancer Day 2026 under the theme United by Unique. Gambia's Minister of Tourism and Culture, Abdoulaye Diop, has earned international recognition after being awarded the Best Minister Award at the World Government Summit 2026 in Dubai. Mohamed Jah, chairman of the Q Group, announced an increase in the group's annual donation to the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council, raising it from $1 million to $1.5 million. And the West Africa Coastal Areas Resilience Investment Project under the Ministry of Environment has handed over high-precision drones to the Ministry of Lands to enhance urban planning and environmental monitoring. This is all we have for you in this edition of the News Bulletin. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for another News Bulletin. Thank you for watching.